Alrighty. We're gonna learn the flute today. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Cool. So first, we're gonna learn how to assemble the flute. So yeah, good thing you have your case open. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start by grabbing the body, and that's the longest one. And you want to make sure. Oh, hold on, just a second. Don't get too excited. You're gonna want to grab it by the ends and not put any pressure on the keys. So that way you don't damage them, because that would not be fun in the long run.
Okay.
So go ahead and just hold it. Make sure you're not pressing anything down. Good. And then next we're going to grab the head joint, which is the one with the hole.
Okay.
And when you put that in, yep, good. You're going to want to use a twisting motion. You don't want to shove it in there because you might break it. Mm-hmm. And then that would not be good, again, in the long run, because you don't want to harm your flute.
Okay.
And finally, you're going to grab the foot joint. You're going to grab it the exact same way you grab the body. And it'll go to where the keys are closest. And again, you're going to use a twisting motion. And yeah, and when you put it together, you want to make sure this little bar is lined up with the keys. And
like that?
Yeah, that looks perfect.
Okay. And
when you mess with the head joint, you want to make sure that the embouchure hole lines up with the writing, and the writing lines up with the holes on, or the pads on here.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I think I got it.
Good. So go ahead and take it apart and then put everything back in.
Okay.
So you can start with the head joint and put that back in. And again, just make sure you don't press down on the pads and use the same twisting motion.
Do you want me to put it back in the case?
Okay, cool. Yep. Okay.
Pretend that's right.
So now just go ahead and do exactly what I just showed you on your own.
Then it was this one, right?
You can do either or.
Okay.
Yep, it's looking good. Alrighty, so now we're going to work on our posture. And super important because a lot of playing the flute is your breath support. And when you don't have good posture, it's like, you know when you slouch in class and it's like, wow, I'm kind of having a hard time breathing. That's what you're playing basically. So if you have a good posture, then you'll be able to play with more air support and make a really pretty sound on the flute, which is what we want. So for the posture, you're going to want to make sure that your back is straight and your feet flat on the ground.
Okay.
Beautiful. And then, so your back will be straight, shoulders go up and then back, relaxed, so that it's not super, just like a nice relaxed, good straight posture. And when we play in groups, you'll want to twist your body at a 45-degree angle to your right, but keep the front of your body straight, like you're looking at a stand.
Okay.
And so that way, there's room for everyone to play. Because if we're all doing that, then no one's going to hit each other when we actually go into the playing position. Alrighty. So, yeah. And you'll want to make sure you'll want to keep your arms off of your sides as well. So next, we're going to go ahead and work on our embouchure. So you can go ahead and take the head joint off and just safely just hold on to your flute. And yes. Or go ahead and set your flute on your case. So first what we're going to do, hold out our index finger. Beautiful. So a lot of with the embouchures, you want to have a relaxed lower lip but firm corners. So part of that, what you can do is line up the tip of your finger along the bottom and make sure that there's a bottom lip. And just like keeping it relaxed, trying to get a bunch of your lower lip touching it. And yeah, so then once that's mastered, what you have looks like it, you'll want to have your corners firm. And so to do that, something that really helps is saying pure and thinking of the part of it. Pure. So it's still keeping like this relaxed, lower lip relaxed, but then the corners are firm by saying pure. Okay, so now we're going to go with the head joint. And go ahead and show me the embouchure like what you did with your finger, but you're going to do it on there. And when we play into the flute, or the head joint, you're going to want to play, this is the aperture hole, and you're going to want to you want to angle your air towards the back wall of it, on this side, and you're going to cover up about like 1/3 of the hole, and so you'll have the good embouchure, and then yeah, see it. But yeah, so go and do that for me a couple of times. And go ahead, just move around, see like what you feel about, like what you notice. You see how that kind of bends the pitch.
Yeah.
So it's important to make sure that we play at the same area with the same air. Cool. So now we're gonna produce a note on the flute. Fun stuff. So you can go ahead and grab your flute and put the head joint back onto it. And we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did with the head joint and how we produce that good embouchure, and do that into the flute. And when you hold the flute, you want to make sure that your left hand is in the front and your right hand is back here. And go ahead, we're not going to press any keys at this time, so you'll just put your thumb to support it. And when you hold it up, you want to make sure your arms aren't too close to you, not too far out, we're not chickens. And good posture, set your embouchure, and then go ahead and blow into it. Yeah,
Wow.
There you go. And if you want, go ahead and do the same thing that we did with the head joint and move it around. And then where we said it originally, that's the good tone that you want, and you know now like what that sounds like. So yeah, that's our lesson.